And we're back with another NXT UK review. NXT UK Prelude. Let's go. Overall, loved the show. Great fun. 3 great matches on the show. My only qualm, I think, with the show was they didn't brand it as NXT UK Prelude. I don't know why. Like, I guess maybe because of lockdown in the UK, everything's shut. It's probably harder to get someone to make the ring aprons Prelude themed, but maybe even some of the graphics could have been NXT UK Prelude. Like, I'm sure that could have been done. I don't know what their schedule was. I assumed everything was filmed in bulk before. I don't know, I just think that would have given it that little bit more. I mean, commentary was really selling this as like, this is a special WrestleMania week NXT UK, great matches. Yeah, only thing is I would have liked the branding. That's my one qualm. Let's get into the show, shall we? We opened up with a really great Heritage Cup Rules match between Tyler Bate and Noam Dar. Tyler Bate with Trent Seven, Noam Dar with Sha Samuels, to determine the #1 contender for A-Kid's Heritage Cup. You know what? I really like Heritage Cup matches. At first I was a bit skeptical because I was like, what? There's a lot of rules, remember here? But to be honest, there's not. And each round, at least the first few rounds, feel like a little match to themselves, and it really shows you how much work you can get in 3 minutes. And it's like, oh wow, these wrestlers are so talented. Like, and I understand, wow, when people are saying, yeah, they're putting on an 8-minute match, and I'm like, that's not a lot. But then you think about it, it's like, wow, they can do a lot with 8 minutes. But anyway, let's get into the match. My trusty notepad. Okay, so actually kicked off with a kid, giving a little promo, being like, oh, I'm watching this match, looking forward to see who I'm going to be facing. And then first round, not a lot happens. They're trying to trade backslides, but about a minute and a half in, just under a minute and a half, just over a minute I've got here, Tyler Bate uses a Saint roll-up, so up, over, under, through, roll-up for 3, gets a very early pinfall. Obviously, Heritage Cup rules, best 2 out of 3 over 6 rounds. Round 2, a lot of technical wrestling, a lot of submission wrestling, a lot of chain wrestling, very showing off like this is what these guys can do. A lot of key hold locks, key hold lock, no, key lock hold, whatever. You know, there's a lot of lockups. It's a draw, but I think round 3 is when it really starts to level up, go to the next level. So Noam Dar is really like using his striking ability, kicking Bate. They start trading strikes. 1 minute in, Dar hits this amazing spinning elbow to Bate in the face. I'm like, oh, okay, that's 3. No. Wow. And I really like this thing that Dar did, and Bate sold it really well with his leg, where Dar just, a Beal is a big man's move, but like he kind of beals Dar at Bate, and Bate hits his legs on the rope, and like Bate starts selling his knees, which we'll get into, because Dar keeps on working over kicking Bate's knees, right knee I think in particular, but with about 20 to 30 seconds left in the match, Bate spins Dar around and around and around, like, oh, okay, he's going to dump him and try and pin him. And commentary was selling this, but then for the last 10 seconds, Bate turns around and spins him more and more. And then commentary were really like, oh, has he thrown the match? Maybe he should have gone for the pin there. I think he should have gone for the pin. Dunno, but the round ends in a draw. Round 4, Bate comes in fast, hits an airplane, well, as much as one can hit an airplane, but then he's a little bit disorientated, but he manages to do the vintage Tyler Bate where he bounces off the ropes like this off the ropes, comes, hits a clothesline, but only gets 2, and then Tyler is hit with a sliding forearm by Dar, so like Bate's like prone, Dar runs in, forearm, kind of like Ospreay's finished, but he doesn't do it to the back of the head, he does it to the face, because, you know, the back of the head that only flies in Japan. That does not fly in WWE product. But then Bate, like, Dar is trying to put Bate into like a clover leaf, I think. Bate wraps his legs around Dar's arm and whacks him in the face. But then Dar just trying to get some leg kicks in, and the round is a draw. Round 5, we're getting towards the end of the match. There's only 6 rounds. Very short round. Bate comes in. They lock up. Dar gets him in like a bear hug. Bate gets out, jumps back over him, jumps back forward, goes for the thing with his arms, for the clothesline. But as he jumps, Dar catches his leg and puts him in a knee lock. Like, very smooth. Bate almost taps immediately, really selling that leg. Final round, 1-1. I guess if no one gets this, it goes to overtime. Bate goes in swinging, and he gets Dar down. He goes to the top. Shah Samuels gets on the rope to distract him. Tyler Bate, Trent Seven goes around and is like, "What you doing, mate?" And Bate's like, what's going on here? That's not how they sound, because he's from Dudley. And then Dar's like, "I'm going to take advantage of this." Dar doesn't take advantage of it. Bate throws Dar out. Then Bate goes through the middle of the rope. Misses Dar completely, but takes out Shah Samuels and Trent Seven. Dar grabs Bate, rams him headfirst into the steps. I'm like, oh, okay, Dar's won the match. Throws Bate in. Dar's going for the Nova roll in the corner. He's trying to set up for the Nova roll. I think he's going for it. Tyler turns around, whacks him in the face, gets him up, hits him with a Tyler Driver 97, gets a 3 count. And so, Tyler Bate is your #1 contender for the Heritage Cup against a kid. I really thought Noam Dar was going to go over, especially with that finish. But I think NXT UK is starting to prove itself as being, you know, we're not going to give you the predictable finish, or if we're going to give you a finish, it's not going to be in a way you think it's going to happen. Case in point, last week's finish. But yeah, great match. I love the Heritage Cup rules matches. They're like nice and fresh and fast. I just don't know how long that can last as a mid-card title when you got all these big names vying for it. Like you got guys like Nathan Frazier, Jack Stars, Jack Stars mid-card, like Tyson Tebow, although he's in a tag team now. All these guys, like, I don't know, there's so much talent. I don't know. I digress. We then have a backstage thing with, with Flash Morgan Webster. I've forgotten his partners in it. Mandrews and I've forgotten their name. Dana something. She had the match with Meiko Satomura, I think 2 weeks ago. They were just doing backstage stuff. Again, I think these are their time fillers because they need to fill an hour when BT it's only about 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Then a Dragunov video package, which was really cool, very stylistic, very red. Then Jack Star and Piper Niven backstage. She's just hyping him up. I'm not sure how I feel about these behind the scenes things. It's kind of like, they're not really directed. They're just kind of like, camera, go film them. And I don't know how some superstars are able to do that. But I feel like more direction, I think, not from the wrestler's part, but from the direction of the segment as a whole, more of a production standpoint. I think that needs to be less student film, because that's what the production of it feels like. But again, they are probably just time fills for the difference between the network and BT Sports. Now, we go to the second match of the night, which is the women's tag match between Meiko Satomura, Amelia McKenzie, Kaylee Ray, and Isla Dawn. So, this match, I think, was really to sell Millie McKenzie, but also make everyone else look strong. It's very difficult when you've got Meiko Satomura, the greatest of all time, Kaylee Ray, your current champion, you got Isla Dawn, who you've just repackaged to be like this monster, and you've got someone you're trying to introduce to the audience, to reintroduce the audience, like, but the finish made sense. The finish did make sense. So Millie McKenzie and Isla Dawn start the match. Isla Dawn, throughout this match, is just overpowering Amelia McKenzie whenever they're ring together. I like that's her new thing. She's strong. Like, I just like Buster, like, yeah, my thing, I'm strong. I like it. I guess it's the supernatural stuff as well. But Meiko gets in, but she's being isolated in the corner. Really good tag team wrestling from Isla Dawn and Isla Dawn and Kaylee Ray, isolating Meiko in the corner, taking her out. Listen, it's Meiko Satomura. She could probably take every single person in that locker room. Walter, Meiko Satomura would bury him. Okay, no, sorry, I'll never disrespect Walter like that again. Everyone but Walter, she'll bury. Meiko buries everyone. That's gonna be the title. But no, yeah. Meiko takes control again, gets in the offense. Millie McKenzie gets in, but again, Isla Dawn overpowers her. It's kind of they are trying to make everyone look strong, which may have been hard. But Millie McKenzie does this cool thing where she's on the top rope. I'm like, okay, she's gonna dive. No, she does like a front flip off the top, like just holding onto the ropes. It looked like she was holding the rope. She front flips off the top, uses the momentum to get a spear and gets two. That's really cool. That's a cool finish, especially if it's done like, I don't remember if there was like a second in between the thing, but I'm like, flip into the spear. If that is done like when that is done perfectly, that looks beautiful. 100% love that. Yeah, then they take advantage with like a two-on-one situation, but Isla Dawn hits a massive clothesline but only gets two. Then they get the double hot tags. Kaylee Ray hits a gory bomb on Meiko. Amelia McKenzie breaks it up. Amelia McKenzie is thrown outside by Isla Dawn. Isla Dawn is tagged in. Kaylee Ray is on the outside. Kaylee Ray goes to the outside, I think, to deal with Millie McKenzie. Millie McKenzie hits her with a German suplex on the outside. That doesn't factor into, kind of factors into the finish. Meiko is fighting with Isla. Isla like has Meiko on the ropes, hits her with a knee. Millie McKenzie tags herself in. Isla Dawn is like, they're going back and forth. Isla Dawn gets Millie McKenzie up into a fisherman suplex. Millie McKenzie kind of rolls her up, so like she's up in the air, down, momentum, turns into a roll up, gets three. Meiko stands in the ring and Kaylee Ray's gonna go slide in to break up the pinfall. Usually when someone's doing that, like, Kaylee would commit all the way, Meiko would get on top of her and hold her down. That's kind of what you're doing, but Kaylee Ray's like, she half goes in and she just stops and looks at Meiko Satomura, and it's like, that's good character work, because Kaylee Ray doesn't really care about Isla Dawn. She's like, I'm not going to mess with Meiko Satomura. I've already beaten her. I'm not going to mess with her. Isla Dawn, Kaylee Ray are outside. Meiko Satomura comes out. Meiko Satomura and Amelia McKenzie in the middle. Amelia McKenzie getting the rub and getting that win. Aoife Valkyrie comes out. She's like, and Meiko takes out a flout. She doesn't actually do this. Takes out a feather, puts it down, looking at Meiko. And I like it. It's like, okay, we've gotten Amelia McKenzie the rub. Meiko Satomura's going to go off and do something else. I feel like the title is probably going to be, I think it's going to be immediately Kaylee Ray and Amelia McKenzie. Kaylee Ray will hold on to it, but that's because they're going to be building to Isla Dawn and Kaylee Ray. And like Isla Dawn and Kaylee Ray are going to have this fractured relationship where Isla Dawn gets a little bit more supernatural, breaks away from Kaylee Ray. Don't know who's going to be the face in that. Maybe Kaylee Ray. I mean, you could do like heel and heel because it's supernatural. Like they're doing a Randy Orton and the Fiend. The Fiend is technically like a face, but he's supernatural. So you got the supernatural and the heel. So it's like, you know. But yeah, I think that's what they're gonna go there. But I mean, again, Millie McKenzie had a great performance. I mean, I've seen clips over the past couple of years, but not proper matches. So it's good. Like I got a proper reintroduction. A German suplex is awesome. I love that spear. I want to see this. I want to see that spear done again. And I want like someone to like, can you like flip in a spear? I'm sure someone's like flipped to sell a spear. I want to see someone do that. Then we move on to a kid has a video pack. He's like, I'm gonna fight Tyler. I'm the best. Tyler, let's go. We'll see what that is. I don't know. If they put it on Tyler, then Tyler's gonna stay. If they don't put it on Tyler, him and Trent are going to the US. We'll see. Also depends on if they're going to do that show in Dublin on the 13th, which last time I checked, tickets were still for sale, but I don't know what the situation in Ireland is. Then low key my favorite part of the show, Amir Jordan. I like this. He's gone from dancey boy to he's got some fire in him. I like this. This is good. This is good for him. He comes out wearing a bloody Shavakamise not Shavakamise. He's just wearing a good down top. I think he's just got trousers on. He like bursts in. He bursts in to the performance center. He rips the door open. He's like shit. What did he say? I think he said Gidra. Where is he in Urdu? Like I feel like he broke the door. He pulled it so hard. I don't know. He's angry. He gets in. He's like, where's Kenny Williams? Sid Scala's like, he's not here. You'll match with him next week. And then so yeah, all right, it's intense. Then there goes Kenny Williams, like, and it's like, I don't give a whatever, blah blah. I made Jordan. I'm gonna beat him up. I don't know where this is gonna go. I think they're just gonna beat the pulp out of each other. No contest, no finish. They'll have the match at Takeover at some point. Then they announced the Gallus boys will be on the Supernova sessions next week. I just want another Gallus short film of Wolfie beating a guy to death. And then the main event. I'll be honest, I got distracted by the match that I didn't write half of it. Like there's a big chunk in the middle where I just didn't write because I was just watching the match. But to kick off, Rampage Brown comes out. Rampage Brown's a big dude. Like he's big. He's money. Like if Walter wasn't there, Rampage would be champion. Like he is like the epitome of big dude. He's like the UK's Karrion Kross. He's got the build, I think. Walter comes out. At first I was like, oh, they're not going to talk about how he basically time travelled and took a plane in the middle of the bloody night and got here, and he's like, yeah, I'm fit to fight in like an hour's time after being on a plane journey from Florida. But God, what's his name? Why have I blanked? Whatever. You know, the commentary were like, yeah, he just fought Tommaso Ciampa yesterday. I'm like, okay, cool, time travel, they acknowledge it. The weird thing is, they didn't talk about it throughout the match. Like, they didn't mention it in the match. They were like, yeah, the longer the match goes, the more it's in Walter's favour. It's like, Walter just had a match yesterday. He's just flown from Florida. Like, what? Surely, what? That doesn't correlate. It should be Rampage Brown should take this match longer. Walter's going to be beaten up from last night. But I digress. Filming schedules, I don't know when they recorded I think they record voiceover for the stuff, so I don't know. Anyway, I'll go through what I've got. Match starts off, it's Rampage. Rampage is all over Walter, chops him, takes him down, rolls him outside, tackles him down first, Walter tackles him back, Rampage drop kicks him outside, tackles him outside. Really fast, heavy offense from Rampage to start, but Walter takes control, drives Rampage into the barricade, drops him on the back on the apron, and from then on out, you're kind of like, think Walter's going to win this match. There were moments I'm like, oh my god, Rampage is about to win. But throughout, they're selling this Walter is the ring general. Like, Rampage has the strength, Rampage has the power, Rampage has the prowess. But Walter is Walter. That's kind of, they were like, but it's Walter. Walter. Yeah, here's where my notes stop taking place. But I'll try and talk through whatever I have here. I have the finish. Walter goes for a suplex, Rampage reverses it, hurts both of them. Walter goes for a powerbomb, Rampage reverses out of that, clothesline, does something else. Then like leaps off the top, Brown off the top. Gets a 1 count. I was like, oh, Walter, come on, like give him 1.5. Then my notes stopped because I was just watching the match. Then we came back. Then Rampage Brown goes for the Dr. Bomb. It's reversed into a massive chop, then a drop kick, then a powerbomb from Walter for a 2 count. I'm like, Walter, what? Walter goes to the top, Brown comes up, he hits him with a power slam off the top, gets a 2 count. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is the build to the end, isn't it? And it is the build to the end. And then he hits him with a side suplex. Oh, no. Walter like kind of no-sells it. Walter gets up, goes to the sleeper, it's reversed. Rampage hits a side suplex, then the Dr. Bomb, and Walter kicks out too. Oh no, actually no, he doesn't kick out too. He rolls to the ropes. It's like, oh man, Ring General Walter. Brown tries to get another. This is the finish. Brown tries to get another Dr. Bomb. Walter reverses it. He chops him, hits a knee to the chest, then a bloody huge lariat. Then he gets him up and hits him with another massive lariat to the face. Then chops him on. That's a 2 count. Brown gets up. He's on the rope. He's like, I'm tired. I'm on the ropes. Chop to the back. Sleeper hold. Rampage gets to the ropes. Walter lets go a little bit. Then Walter like grabs him by the back, hits a massive German suplex, and it's Walter, so it's even bigger. Then a power bomb. Walter's power bomb, and he's on top of him for a 2 count, and it's like, what the fish? He gets the top rope, hits a Walter splash for 3. Like, I don't know how and who Walter's gonna lose to. Like, I said last week I want Walter to have a Bruno reign. He's gone 700 days as champion. Albeit, I know, COVID, he barely defended the title, but I don't care. Let him hold that title for 2,000 days. What's that, another 4 years? It's fine, no one's going to beat Walter. Give him a block schedule, like 3 matches a year. I don't care, it's Walter. He'll put on these amazing matches. You've got the Heritage Cup, maybe introduce another title, I don't know. Once COVID's gone, you're going to have guys travelling around again. I just don't know who are they going to bring in. Who are they going to build or bring in to beat him? Would it be Tyler again? Maybe Peter will come back. Jordan Devlin, I guess, maybe if they get the belt off. Devlin drops the belt to Escobar, and then he comes back, tries to turn face on Walter. They go to Dublin like they plan to, and he wins it there. Maybe that's in June. That's 2.5 months. I don't know. Great show. Let me know what you thought. I mean, anything where we're blessed with a Walter match, it's big money. It's a big show. Not the big show, the Walter show. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna maybe make a WrestleMania review, probably on Monday if I can, or maybe I'll just like film like a 1-minute video, just be like, yeah, this is what I thought of night 1, so I thought of night 2. We'll be back next week with another NXT UK. Let's go.